Hi, this is Phil and Tricia from SkiTalk.com, and we're going to be talking about the 2023-24 Völkl Blaze Women's Collection. Now, Trish, you've had a chance to ski all of these skis. What's your interpretation of this collection that sometimes falls in between the cracks when people are looking at skis?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. There are so many options out there that are in these waist width categories, and even Volkl has their all mountain free ride skis, which is the Secret Series, the Kenja, but the Blaze series is a pure free ride series. And what is pure free ride? Well, my interpretation of that is somebody who maybe will get in the resort, but mostly they're going to be skiing off-piste, probably not too many groomers, and they want something that's lighter weight but doesn't get nervous. And this, with the damp wood core that they have, metal only underfoot on these, it's a little lighter weight, so it gives you that lightweight feel, but it's still really calm and very unflappable. I didn't feel pushed around at all by these skis.
Now, that's how I feel. Again, the skis are on the men's side, also in the regular Blaze collection too. For this year, we had on the women's side, we had the core series of the 86, 94, and 106. Now, they did add an 82. So what we're seeing with the collection of like this here, and we talk about this in a lot of our reviews, is narrow wide skis and wide narrow skis. We've got a ski collection here that start off as wide skis that we're getting narrower versions on it, depending on the conditions that we're looking for. And when I take a look with these collections, and again, we get a lot of reference to the Kenjas and the Secrets. Those are a little more on the power side of the scale, where these are probably a little more on the finesse side of the scale.
Yeah, they are. But the very interesting thing to me is that when you get into that 3D radius that they talk about, these have a little bit longer turn radius when you get on the front of the tip than their siblings in the Secret side of the world.
Yeah, when we skied these skis at Deer Valley back in January, we had some tremendous conditions. We had almost about 2 feet of fresh snow. It wasn't our typical light Utah snow, which actually was good condition that any ski will perform well in. We had some mixed, some heavier snow, not Tahoe heavier, but definitely conditions that could push a ski around. And I was just duly impressed. Even though these skis are a little bit lighter in their chassis design, they held up to the game.
Yeah, I didn't feel pushed around. I felt like they were just very calm, and I wouldn't say they weren't what I would consider super damp, but they were calm and unflappable. Yeah, I would say that's a good.
Now, I think a lot of that has to do with what you're talking about with the shape of those skis. That longer turn radius in the forebody, the longer turn radius in the tail, but without losing that shorter turn radius underfoot. I mean, Volkl has just done a phenomenal job with this 3D radius.
Yeah, and those are things that maybe people don't understand very well, and for that we can maybe, give them a little bit more description, but you really do feel it. You feel it depending on how you stand on the ski. You feel that.
So basically, in that 3D radius design, we've got a longer turn radius in the forebody, a little bit shorter underfoot, and a longer one in the tail. What does that mean to you as a skier? That shorter turn radius underfoot, when you're pressuring the center of that ski and you're neutral of that ski, that's where that shorter turn radius reacts really quickly, and that ski can come around for you. But when you're a little bit lighter on the ski, you want to relax and open that ski up. That's where the longer turn radius in the tip and tail really come into action.
Well, and we had somebody just this past week on 2 of the Blazes. Yeah. And her first comment was, "Wow, zippy."
Yep. So now zippy is a technical term, so we don't want to go over your head on any of that. But what it really means, these skis are playful.
Yes.
So there are a lot of fun out there. We've got the 4 sizes that work really well. I think the graphics this year, they did a super job with too.
Yeah, they did. They're very subtle and very classy looking.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that, and maybe even throw a little bit of retro in there as far as that design. But I think they did a super job. These are fun skis because in the end, skiing is fun.
If you enjoyed this informative video, hit that bell, subscribe so that you'll stay up to date on the new videos, and check out SkiTalk.com for more ski-related content.
Also, please follow SkiTalk.com on all of your social media channels.
No posts or comments were moderated during the production of this video.